Welcome to the channel NextGen Tech Prep. In today's video, we are diving deep into essential questions and comprehensive answers for the Generative AI Leader. Whether you're preparing for an exam or just looking to sharpen your knowledge, you're in the right place. If you find this content valuable, please hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you never miss an update. Now, let's get started.
What is the definition of generative AI? A type of predictive model that estimates a relationship by fitting a line to the observed data. B. A type of artificial intelligence that can create new content and ideas, including text, images, music, and code. C. A type of machine learning algorithm inspired by the human brain that is made up of interconnected nodes. D. A type of artificial intelligence that enables a system to autonomously learn and improve using neural networks and deep learning.
The correct answer is B. A type of artificial intelligence that can create new content and ideas, including text, images, music, and code. To arrive at the correct answer, we focus on the keywords, definition, generative AI. Why is this correct? B. Generative AI specifically refers to AI systems designed to generate novel content rather than just analyzing or classifying existing data. Why are the others incorrect? This describes linear regression or predictive modeling, not generative AI. C. This describes the architecture of artificial neural networks, not the specific capability to generate new content. D. This is a broad definition of machine learning and deep learning, missing the key aspect of creating new content.
A company wants to use an AI agent to automate some tasks. They want everyone to understand the different functions of an AI agent. What is the function of an AI agent in the context of Gen AI? It to provide the computational resources needed to train and run Gen AI models. B. To store and manage large datasets used for training and running Gen AI models. C. To provide a user-friendly interface for interacting with Gen AI models. D. To analyze situations, use multiple tools, and make informed decisions without requiring constant human input.
The correct answer is D. To analyze situations, use multiple tools, and make informed decisions without requiring constant human input. To arrive at the correct answer, we focus on the keywords, function, AI agent, context of Gen AI, automate some tasks. Why is this correct? D. An AI agent operates autonomously by perceiving its environment, reasoning, utilizing tools, and taking actions to achieve specific goals. Why are the others incorrect? This describes hardware infrastructure like GPUs or TPUs, not the function of an AI agent. B. This refers to databases or data storage solutions, not an autonomous agent. C. This describes a user interface, UI, or front end, not the active, decision-making capabilities of an agent.
What is the definition of an AI agent? An application that learns how to achieve a goal based on inputs and tools available to it. B. A human expert who oversees and manages the operation of a Gen AI application. C. A type of user interface that allows users to interact with a Gen AI application. D. A static component of a Gen AI application that provides information to the user.
The correct answer is A. An application that learns how to achieve a goal based on inputs and tools available to it. To arrive at the correct answer, we focus on the keywords, definition, AI agent. Why is this correct? An AI agent is a dynamic application that perceives inputs, reasons, and leverages tools to autonomously fulfill objectives. Why are the others incorrect? B. An AI agent is software, not a human expert or operator. C. This refers to a front-end interface, missing the autonomous decision-making aspect of an agent. D. AI agents are active and dynamic entities that execute tasks, not static informational components.
A company is developing an AI character for a video game. The AI character needs to learn how to navigate a complex environment and make decisions to achieve certain objectives within the game. When the AI takes actions that lead to positive outcomes like finding a reward or overcoming an obstacle, it receives a positive score. When it takes actions that lead to negative outcomes, like hitting a wall or losing progress, it receives a negative score. Through this process of trial and error, the AI gradually improves the character's ability to play the game effectively. What machine learning should the company use? A. Unsupervised learning. B. Reinforcement learning. C. Supervised learning. D. A deep learning.
The correct answer is B. Reinforcement learning. To arrive at the correct answer, we focus on the keywords: learn how to navigate, positive score, negative score, trial and error, machine learning. Why is this correct? B. Reinforcement learning specifically relies on a reward and punishment system to train models through trial and error. Why are the others incorrect? A. Unsupervised learning discovers hidden patterns in unlabeled data, rather than learning through interactive rewards. C. Supervised learning trains on explicitly labeled datasets, not through environmental trial and error. D. Deep learning is a broad technique that can encompass many methods, but reinforcement learning is the specific paradigm needed.
A research team has collected a large dataset of sensor readings from various industrial machines. This dataset includes measurements like temperature, pressure, vibration levels, and electrical current recorded at regular intervals. The team has not yet assigned any labels or categories to these readings and wants to identify potential anomalies, malfunctions, or natural groupings of machine behavior based on the sensor data alone. What type of machine learning should they use? A. Deep learning. B. Reinforcement learning. C. Supervised learning. D. Unsupervised learning.
The correct answer is D. Unsupervised learning. To arrive at the correct answer, we focus on the keywords: large dataset, not yet assigned any labels, identify potential anomalies, natural groupings. Why is this correct? D. Unsupervised learning is the correct approach for analyzing datasets without labels to find hidden structures, natural groupings, or anomalies. Why are the others incorrect? A. Deep learning is a broad category of neural networks and doesn't specify the learning paradigm required for unlabeled data. B. Reinforcement learning involves learning via interactions and rewards, not finding patterns in a static, unlabeled dataset. C. Supervised learning requires labeled training data, which the research team explicitly does not have.
A highly regulated financial institution wants to use Gemini as the core decision engine for a loan approval system that will deterministically approve or reject loan applications based on a strict set of predefined criteria. Why is this an inappropriate use case for Gemini? A. Gemini deployment for this scenario would be too expensive and complex. B. Gemini is designed for flexible content generation and inference, not rigid rule-based decisions. C. Gemini is not equipped to handle structured numerical data for financial assessments. D. Gemini cannot integrate with required financial databases.
The correct answer is B. Gemini is designed for flexible content generation and inference, not rigid rule-based decisions. To arrive at the correct answer, we focus on the keywords: deterministically approve or reject, strict set of predefined criteria, inappropriate use case, Gemini. Why is this correct? B. Generative AI models like Gemini are probabilistic by nature, making them unsuitable for systems requiring absolute, deterministic rule enforcement. Why are the others incorrect? A. Cost and complexity are secondary issues compared to the fundamental architectural mismatch of using probabilistic models for deterministic tasks. C. Gemini can process numerical data, but its probabilistic nature makes it the wrong tool for rigid financial rules. D. Gemini can be integrated with external databases via APIs, so integration is not the primary limiting factor.
What is an example of unsupervised machine learning? A. Predicting subscription renewal based on past renewal status data. B. Training a system to recognize product images using labeled categories. C. Analyzing customer purchase patterns to identify natural groupings. D. Forecasting sales figures using historical sales and marketing spend.
The correct answer is C. Analyzing customer purchase patterns to identify natural groupings. To arrive at the correct answer, we focus on the keywords, example, unsupervised machine learning. Why is this correct? C. Identifying natural groupings in unlabeled data is the defining characteristic of unsupervised learning algorithms like clustering. Why are the others incorrect? This relies on past labeled target variables, renewal status, to predict future outcomes, which is supervised learning. B. Using explicitly labeled categories to train a recognition system is a textbook example of supervised learning. D. Predicting a continuous target variable, sales, based on historical labeled data is supervised learning, regression.
A user asks a generative AI model about the scientific accuracy of a popular science fiction movie. The model confidently states that humans can indeed travel faster than light, referencing specific but entirely fictional theories and providing made-up explanations of how this is achieved according to the movie's established science. The model presents this information as factual, without indicating that it originates from a fictional work. What type of model limitation is this? A. Bias. B. Hallucination. C. Knowledge cutoff. D. Data dependency.
The correct answer is B. Hallucination. To arrive at the correct answer, we focus on the keywords, confidently states, entirely fictional theories, presents this information as factual, model limitation. Why is this correct? B. Hallucination occurs when an AI model confidently fabricates facts, theories, or explanations that are not grounded in reality. Why are the others incorrect? A. Bias refers to prejudiced or skewed model outputs based on unrepresentative training data, not inventing entirely fictional information. C. Knowledge cutoff means the model lacks information past a certain date, it does not explain fabricating scientific theories. D. While models depend on data, presenting fictional concepts as objective reality is explicitly defined as a hallucination.
What does a diffusion model do? A. Generates high-quality content by refining noise into structured data. B. Facilitates the storage and management of structured data. C. Analyzes data and predicts future trends and patterns. D. Optimizes business processes and resource allocation.
The correct answer is A. It generates high-quality content by refining noise into structured data. To arrive at the correct answer, we focus on the keywords, diffusion model, do. Why is this correct? Diffusion models iteratively add noise to data and learn to reverse this process, generating high-quality content from random noise. Why are the others incorrect? B. This describes the function of databases or data warehouses, not generative AI architectures. C. This describes predictive analytics and standard machine learning regression, not generative diffusion models. D. This describes operational research algorithms or workflow automation, entirely unrelated to diffusion models.
An organization is collecting data to train a generative AI model for customer service. They want to ensure security throughout the ML lifecycle. What is a critical consideration at this stage? Applying the latest software patches to the AI model on a regular basis. B. Monitoring the AI model's performance for unexpected outputs and potential errors. C. Establishing ethical guidelines for AI model responses to ensure fairness and avoid harm. D. Implementing access controls and protecting sensitive information within the training data.
The correct answer is D. Implementing access controls and protecting sensitive information within the training data. To arrive at the correct answer, we focus on the keywords, collecting data, ensure security, critical consideration, at this stage. Why is this correct? D. During the data collection phase, securing the raw data through access controls and protection is the primary security requirement. Why are the others incorrect? A software patching occurs during the deployment and maintenance phases, not during initial data collection. B. A performance monitoring happens after the model is trained and deployed, not during the data gathering stage. C. While important for responsible AI, this focuses on model output behavior rather than securing the data being collected.
A company trains a generative AI model designed to classify customer feedback as positive, negative, or neutral. However, the training dataset disproportionately includes feedback from a specific demographic and uses outdated language norms that don't reflect current customer communication styles. When the model is deployed, it shows a strong bias in its sentiment analysis for new customer feedback, misclassifying reviews from underrepresented demographics and struggling to understand current slang or phrasing. What type of model limitation is this? A. Edge case. B. Data dependency. C. Hallucination. D. Overfitting.
The correct answer is B. Data dependency. To arrive at the correct answer, we focus on the keywords. Training dataset disproportionately includes outdated language norms, strong bias, model limitation. Why is this correct? B. The model's biased behavior is entirely dependent on the flaws, skew, and outdated nature of the data it was trained on. Why are the others incorrect? Edge cases refer to rare or unexpected extreme inputs, not systemic bias baked in from bad training data. C. Hallucination involves the model fabricating information as factual, which is different from exhibiting bias in classification tasks. D. Overfitting happens when a model memorizes training data too closely, but the root issue described here is data quality and bias.
A company wants to build a model to classify customer reviews as positive, negative, or neutral. They have collected a dataset of thousands of customer reviews, and each review has been manually tagged with the corresponding sentiment, positive, negative, or neutral. What machine learning should the company use? A. Reinforcement learning. B. Deep learning. C. Unsupervised learning. D. Supervised learning.
The correct answer is D. Supervised learning. To arrive at the correct answer, we focus on the keywords, classify customer reviews, manually tagged with the corresponding sentiment, machine learning. Why is this correct? D. Training a model using a dataset where the target outputs, sentiment tags, are already provided is the definition of supervised learning. Why are the others incorrect? A. Reinforcement learning learns via environmental interactions and rewards, not from a static, manually labeled dataset. B. While deep learning could be the underlying architecture, supervised learning is the required learning paradigm for labeled data. C. Unsupervised learning works on unlabeled data to find hidden groupings, which conflicts with this manually tagged dataset.
An order fulfillment team has an agent that automatically processes orders, updates inventory, sends shipping notifications, and handles returns. What type of agent is this? A. A conversational agent. B. A customer service agent. C. An employee productivity agent. D. A workflow agent.
The correct answer is D. A workflow agent. To arrive at the correct answer, we focus on the keywords, automatically processes orders, updates inventory, handles returns, type of agent. Why is this correct? D. Your workflow agent is designed specifically to automate sequential business processes and operational tasks across different systems. Why are the others incorrect? A conversational agents focus on dialogue interactions, like chatbots, not complex back-end operational automation. B. Customer service agents primarily interact with users to resolve inquiries, rather than handling the actual back-end fulfillment systems. C. Employee productivity agents assist individuals with daily tasks like email drafting, not systemic automated order workflows.
A company is developing a generative AI application to analyze customer feedback collected through online surveys. Stakeholders are concerned about potential privacy risks associated with this data, as the feedback contains personally identifiable information. They need to mitigate these risks before using the data to train the AI model. What action should the company prioritize? A. Focusing on collecting only quantitative feedback data in future surveys. B. Implementing strong access controls to limit which teams can view the raw survey data. C. Ensuring that the AI model is trained on a large and diverse dataset. D. Applying data anonymization techniques to remove or obscure sensitive data.
The correct answer is D. Applying data anonymization techniques to remove or obscure sensitive data. To arrive at the correct answer, we focus on the keywords, privacy risks, personally identifiable information, mitigate these risks before using the data to train, prioritize. Why is this correct? D. Anonymizing data removes the personally identifiable information entirely, effectively mitigating the privacy risk before model training begins. Why are the others incorrect? A. This restricts valuable qualitative feedback going forward and fails to address the privacy risk in the current dataset. B. Access controls protect the raw data from human viewing but do not prevent the AI model from learning sensitive PII. C. The diverse dataset improves model robustness and reduces bias but does nothing to mitigate privacy risks associated with PII.
A company collects customer feedback through open-ended survey questions where customers can write detailed responses in their own words, such as "the product was easy to use," and "the customer support was excellent, but the delivery took longer than expected." What type of data is this? A. Quantitative data. B. Structured data. C. Labeled data. D. Unstructured data.
The correct answer is D. Unstructured data. To arrive at the correct answer, we focus on the keywords, open-ended survey questions, detailed responses in their own words, type of data. Why is this correct? D. Freeform text lacking a predefined data model or rigid format is categorized as unstructured data. Why are the others incorrect? A. Quantitative data represents numerical values, whereas open-ended feedback is qualitative text data. B. Structured data is highly organized into rows and columns, unlike the free-flowing nature of customer reviews. C. Labeled data implies a target tag is applied for supervised learning, but raw written text alone is just unstructured.
What are core hardware components of the infrastructure layer in the generative AI landscape? A. User interfaces. B. TPUs and GPUs. C. Tools and services for building AI models. D. Pre-trained models.
The correct answer is B. TPUs and GPUs. To arrive at the correct answer, we focus on the keywords, core hardware components, infrastructure layer. Why is this correct? B. Tensor processing units, TPUs, and graphics processing units, GPUs, are the specialized hardware chips required for training models. Why are the others incorrect? A. User interfaces exist in the application layer and are software constructs, not physical infrastructure components. C. These are software frameworks and platforms, rather than the core physical hardware powering the models. D. Pre-trained models are digital artifacts containing weights and architectures, not physical hardware.
A company has a machine learning project that involves diverse data types like streaming data and structured databases. How does Google Cloud support data gathering for this project? A. Google Cloud's strengths are in the data analysis tools such as BigQuery. B. The Gemini app is the primary Google Cloud tool for directly collecting data. C. Google Cloud relies on Vertex AI to connect to external data. D. Google Cloud provides tools such as pub/sub, cloud storage, and Cloud SQL.
The correct answer is D. Google Cloud provides tools such as pub/sub, cloud storage, and Cloud SQL. To arrive at the correct answer, we focus on the keywords: diverse data types, streaming data, structured databases, support data gathering. Why is this correct? D. These tools explicitly cater to diverse data, pub/sub for streaming, cloud storage for objects, and Cloud SQL for structured data. Why are the others incorrect? A BigQuery is optimized for analysis and warehousing, not strictly for gathering raw streams and diverse initial data ingestion. B. Gemini is a generative AI model, not a foundational data engineering tool for gathering enterprise data. C. Vertex AI is a machine learning platform. It relies on underlying data tools, like pub/sub, for initial data gathering.
The Office of the CISO wants to use generative AI, Gen AI, to help automate tasks like summarizing case information, researching threats, and taking actions like creating detection rules. What agent should they use? A. Data agent. B. Security agent. C. Customer service agent. D. Code agent.
The correct answer is B. Security agent. To arrive at the correct answer, we focus on the keywords: Office of the CISO, summarizing case information, researching threats, creating detection rules. Why is this correct? B. The security agent is purpose-built to assist cybersecurity teams with tasks like threat research and writing detection rules. Why are the others incorrect? A. The data agent focuses on database queries and data analysis, not specialized cybersecurity tasks and threat detection. C. Customer service agents handle external client queries, which is irrelevant to internal threat research for a CISO. D. Code agents assist developers in writing and debugging software, not specifically in security case summarization or threat actions.
A financial services company receives a high volume of loan applications daily submitted as scanned documents and PDFs with varying layouts. The manual process of extracting key information is time-consuming and prone to errors. This causes delays in loan processing and impacts customer satisfaction. The company wants to automate the extraction of this critical data to improve efficiency and accuracy. Which Google Cloud tool should they use? A. Document AI API. B. Natural Language API. C. Vision AI. D. Dataflow.
The correct answer is A. Document AI API. To arrive at the correct answer, we focus on the keywords: scan documents and PDFs with varying layouts, automate the extraction of this critical data. Why is this correct? A. Document AI specializes in parsing, understanding, and extracting structured data from unstructured documents and PDFs with varying layouts. Why are the others incorrect? B. This API analyzes text for sentiment and syntax, but cannot extract text from scan images or complex PDF layouts. C. Vision AI performs basic OCR on images but lacks the specialized document understanding needed for varied loan application layouts. D. Dataflow is a service for streaming data pipelines, not a machine learning API designed for document data extraction.
A security team needs a centralized platform to gain a comprehensive overview of their organization's security health across their entire Google Cloud environment, including potential threats to their generative AI deployments. Which Google Cloud security offering is specifically for this purpose? A. Identity and access management. B. Workload monitoring tools. C. Security command center. D. Secure PY design infrastructure.
The correct answer is C. Security command center. To arrive at the correct answer, we focus on the keywords: centralized platform, comprehensive overview, security health, entire Google Cloud environment. Why is this correct? C. Security Command Center is Google Cloud's centralized vulnerability and threat reporting service, providing a unified security posture overview. Why are the others incorrect? A. IAM controls permissions and access rights, but does not provide a centralized threat detection and security health dashboard. B. Monitoring tools track performance metrics, like CPU usage, rather than providing comprehensive organizational security and threat assessments. D. This refers to a general security philosophy and architecture, not a specific centralized platform or product for security overviews.